Alright, y'all, it is me, NVJumper. Welcome back to Rebels Canyon. Gonna do a war recap video. Really good war for us this time. 29 to 19, 95% to 70%. Really good war. Had a chance at 30, but I just couldn't quite pull out the 3-star on that top guy. Just checking the map. Decent work by them up top, other than Flo. Not getting anything done on her. But no cleanup at the bottom, so you really have to clean up those Town Hall 8s, and those low Town Hall 9s have to be cleaned up, and in a higher war, you've got to clean all the Town Hall 9s, or at least most of them. So again, just a 2-star up top, and then 3 stars all the way down. Really good cleanups on us, and because this was such a good cleanup war, that's actually what we're going to focus on in the replays. Checking the teams. Good work pretty much all across the board. Again, not too many initial 3 stars, but got quite a few in there. Carpe and Flo, really good job on their initial 3 stars. Allowed us to use some higher level attackers on some cleanup attacks. So good job at Jugs too, making a 6-star. Checking defenses, Jugs base again. Getting some good defenses on them. Flo had the 1 defense. Enemy team, nothing too significant anywhere. A lot of attacks not used, but I'm guessing at that point they realized it was over and just decided to stop. Defenses, number 8 giving us some obvious problems. Number 4 really kind of kicking our butt. And we're actually going to watch one of the replays on that one. Alright, so we're going to come back in here, and as usual, we're going to check, actually really good stat here, I forgot to check these stats. 20 attacks won, not a single attack lost, and all 20 attacks used. So really good war there by us. Of course, the new stars per attack are going to start to drop after a while. So check the most heroic replay. Good attack by Jugs. I really like the strategy at the beginning. He's got a couple archers somewhere. I can hear them. I just didn't quite find them. Up top on that builder's hut. So I like that strategy, but I really like this golem up top and clears out all of this trash. Being kind of a moat base, you know, you could take out an entire side. So we're going to bring the action down here a little bit. But if you watch, all of this trash up top, that entire side is clean. And then he brings in his force from the bottom left. So now his entire force can just sweep through the base. Doesn't have to worry about going up top. Down at the bottom, he's got a rage going down for the enemy CC. I really liked the poison spell. Slowed down the dragon and got all of those barbs dead. Really nice late on his P.E.K.K.A.s, making sure they go where he wants them to. Really nice funnel. Almost you can see 2 entire sides taken down. Gets everybody going where they want to. And again, with the wall breakers, bringing enough and being raged, getting through 3 layers of walls. Really good job there. Love the early rage spell at the beginning part of the core. Allows those troops to stay under rage the entire core nearly. Because they'll be under the rage, and then even as they step out of the rage, they still have the effects for a couple seconds. And then the really nice backside heal lets them kind of take some damage when they first get in there, but then heals them up after they're all kind of beat up a little bit and be fresh for the rest of the base. So we'll zoom in a little bit. There's still a ton of troops left and really good tanking. Got some P.E.K.K.A.s out front, wizards behind, king on one side, P.E.K.K.A.s in the middle, another P.E.K.K.A. bringing up the rear. So really good use of his tanks, keeping those guys out front with the wizards behind and coming from all angles, and you can see they're just cornering the base now. Wizard luckily goes out and takes out that collector and just bringing everything all around the side. I missed when he did this, but a few seconds ago, if you see these archers down here at the bottom, the defenses in that bottom side were dead, and it was just some of these trash buildings, and he actually dropped a couple spare archers to get that cleanup down there started, bring them on the back side where they're completely protected because all the defenses are dead. So really good job there. Nice 3-star by Jugs. And moving up also, 3-star and above him. So now what I want to focus on, actually we're going to show one more replay before we get to the cleanups. This is a what not to do in a PentaLoon. Not very good with them yet. Still need a lot of practice. I talked about it with some guys in a chat, and they suggested PentaLoons. I figured I'd try it. Get the heroes down. Elected not to bring a golem because all I wanted to do was get this queen dead. So get the jump spell down. I was hoping that king would go into the core, but he takes a walk on me. But getting a decent wide funnel. But luckily my queen was there to take out the enemy queen. But now she's by herself for the CC troops. So trying to drop a couple more wizards in there to get the CC troops taken care of, but just nothing to tank for them. So I had to just kind of go ahead and hope for the best and just start my attack, and hopefully maybe some of these pop, they might, the pups might kind of take out some of the defenses. So getting everybody in here. Got one more Lava Hound in the back, just trying to get something done, and just really nothing going on. Didn't notice these air skeletons for a while, so finally dropped a heal for them. Almost missed them though. Dropped it on the troops and not the shadow. So that's a lesson to be learned, is you want to drop it on the shadow. That's what the poison counts. Last Lava Hound goes down there. Got a lot of pups, but they're going down really fast. Not getting all the air defenses down. With max air defenses, even with only one left. Just doing so much damage against those balloons. So pups, luckily everything's out of range, and the pups, luckily that Expo is focusing on the balloons, so pups have just enough time to get that town hall down and get me 1 star. And then now there's just a lot of outside kind of trash troops or trash buildings. We'll speed it up here. There's really not a lot going on. Still don't have the 2nd star, but those pups are now out of range of everything. So luckily able to get that 2nd star. Speed it up a little bit more because this is all just the pups coming around getting a little bit more percentage. Let them kind of stay up there. Instead of quitting, just let them stay up there just to get maybe a little bit more loot, and then to get the damage percentage up just in case it's working on the tie, which it didn't end up doing, of course. So not a very good attack there, but it ended up getting lucky and getting 2 stars out of it. Alright, so now we're going to come in here and we're going to check a couple replays. If I can find it, we are looking for right here, Arva's attack on number 5. So we're going to watch a fail, and then we're going to watch the cleanup of it. So he tries Zap-Quake. Easy air base because both Expos set to ground, and the 4th air defense is only level 1. So Zap-Quake's the most inner air defense. Draws out the CC, drops a poison for him, gets the balloon killed, and actually doesn't wait for the balloon to die. Sends in some hogs. He chose to do hogs to get that 2nd air defense. Some sacrifice hogs, but he never deals with the dragon. And it doesn't come back to haunt him too much later, but it does do a little bit to his kill squad. But brings a haste in here for these balloons, tries to get him over to that air defense, but just a little bit too much damage, and the air sweeper delays him just enough and not quite able to get in there. So again, bringing his dragons in here, and here's where that dragon comes in here. Does a little bit of damage to his king, so would have been better if he could have dealt with that somehow early on. Takes his dragons a little while to get him and distracts him. Queen is pretty damaged, doesn't have her ability because he's only level 4, so can't heal her back up. And just bring these dragons in here, and they're just kind of going around, and they get kind of distracted, and they go around to these other buildings. Has the couple balloons, again, as you saw in the CC troops, but it doesn't have any other balloons to try and get them through. So only 1 air defense left, but it's only level 1, but both those sweepers beating on that dragon, get him out of his path, and then delaying him just enough and being just within range. The air defense is going to start targeting here in a second, but right there. But the air sweeper is doing just enough to that dragon to keep it distracted and not let it do enough damage on the town hall. And then just some bad luck. It's only a level 1 air defense, but it can still do some damage if those dragons get distracted, if they take a while coming around. And then also the Tesla helping out. That dragon goes down. Then these 2 dragons both go to the wrong building. They go to the cannon instead of the air defense. So another one goes down here. It's actually to a bomb. This last one finally does get the air defense down, but there's just too much damage coming at it. Too many buildings left. Got the 1 Tesla going at it. Managed to get the Expo down, but Expo having a high HP takes a while. And a decent level Tesla just working its way, doing some damage, and then instead of going to the town hall, it goes to the king. King walking around, and the king actually drags this dragon right towards this other Tesla, and ends up that Tesla takes it out. So that was the fail on it. So Beaker sees it, comes in, modifies the plan just a little bit, Still a Zap-Quake on the same air defense. Also, there's a lot of time right here. I'll speed it up just a little bit. Just waiting to get the queen in there, watching the queen's path, and then drops them. A little bit too early, though. Should have waited just a second to let that queen get in there. But damages the queen just a little bit. Drops a lava hound in here to tank. And gets those balloons in there really quickly. Again, not worried about the CC. Going to deal with that with the dragons later. Those balloons just to get the air defense down. Not worried about what happens later. The lava hound was actually to tank for those first few balloons and then to draw a couple air traps on its way to the other ones. So the balloons finally go down. Dragons are getting started. But Beaker got a lot more balloons to get in here and target these air defenses directly. Drops the rage down during the CC engagement. A little bit off on the placement, but gets enough value out of it that dragon goes down quickly, and the balloons can all benefit from it. So he uses multiple uses on that rage to deal with the CC and move the balloons in there. Then all these balloons just going right in a straight path. Luckily, the dragons took out all the buildings on the side, so the balloons have a straight path to that second air defense. Drops a second haste to get in there and get that air defense down. Luckily, this last balloon gets it right before the balloon goes down, gets in there and gets that air defense down. And now it's just a matter of plenty of dragons left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 level 4 dragons. That's the other advantage, is having max balloons and level 4 dragons versus level 3. A little bit more health, a little more damage coming in there. So we'll speed it up. It's just clean up here after this point. Plenty of dragons left and no risk of time. Dragons are funneled really well. Just keeping everything going in one corner. So nice cleanup. Nice modification of the plant and cleanup, and the stronger troops definitely help. Alright, so next we're going to watch Beaker's missed attempt on 4. So had a good cleanup, but didn't have a good initial attack on this one. So test wall breaker comes down, and a couple mistakes he makes here. Starts off okay, gets a golem down in there, golem goes right where he wants to, gets the jump spell in there. Only problem is it's only level 1 jump spell, so it only lasts for 20 seconds. So gets the cleanup going. Should have waited a lot longer in that jump spell, being only level 1. But gets the cleanup going. Heroes go right where they want, but then right here drops the rage down to get everybody in there. But the jump runs out when these buildings go down, and you can see the jump is gone. So now the king and queen go and taking a walk and going around the wrong way. Valkyries did go initially where they wanted. Gets the early heal in there. The rage is kind of running out, but now the CC comes out. Air troops, Valkyries can do nothing about that, and all the wizards and the queen ended up taking a walk. So now there's nothing in there to protect those Valkyries. Poison spell tries to come down, trying to do a little bit, slow it down, but just not enough in there. Skeletons come in, distract the Valkyries even more. Giant bombs going off, all kinds of stuff going wrong in the core. Valkyries are gone. Core is not defeated. So Queen ends up engaging the dragon. It does end up managing to take it out, but takes a huge amount of damage in the process. King and Queen doing a little bit of damage on the side, but just not enough there. So tries to just flood the base, hoping to get in there and take out these air defenses quick enough. Goes from the weaker side with the level 5 air defense versus the 2 level 6, and just tries to flood enough balloons in there to get something done. And it looks like there's a lot of time left, but it's actually deceptive. The attack failed so quick. Not a lot going right for it. Does manage to get that one down, but then all these traps, 2 other air defenses, wizard towers, Teslas, everything coming in. Damage just soaking it up. Has these 8 minions left over. Nothing they can do with them, though, but ended up getting disconnected here. So that's why there's a minute left. So absolutely nothing happens in the last minute. Just ended up getting disconnected. So we'll skip through the time. I would just go back to the war mat, but I'm going to share the result screen. And 1 star, 70%. Just a failed GoVaLo. Jump spell really was the main deterrent. Just didn't have a very good jump spell, and it just ran out. So I come in and I clean it up. A lot stronger troops. Have the max dogs versus the level 2, so that definitely helps. And heroes are stronger. But another big mistake that was made was not dealing with CC troops. So drop a couple hogs to lure them, and then once they're out, you know, as I drop these troops, they're going to come more to the front. So rather than having to deal with them while I'm well into the core, I can deal with them with my kill squad and my heroes early on while they're still under the rage. So get the troops going down much later on the king and queen. Also drop the jump spell after they're already down, and being level 2, it lasts 20 seconds longer. So now the king and the queen go right where I want them to. So they get in there, deal with the CC troops, take those out. Valkyries are in the core already, raged up and healed. Perfect touching of the second heal, just touches the first one, so really good. And it wraps up most of that core. So Valkyries and king are coming in here, perfectly healed up. Balloons already going down. Late on the first set of balloons. I was making sure everything got done in the core. Second air defense goes down, and the balloon goes down. The balloons immediately come in. Could have been slightly earlier on that one and dropped it right before the air defense went down. And now dropping balloons around. Air defense is going to go down. It's just a matter of time. So dropping these balloons in there. Getting started already. All the balloons are down. And now it's just a matter of cleanup. Way too many balloons for just these 2 archer defenses or archer towers to deal with, and nothing they can do about it. Luckily, the queen kind of having to wrap her on the top side. So she's doing some cleanup work up top. Got some wizards that went around the bottom side, plus a Valkyrie. So plenty of damage coming in here in the bottom. Balloons coming in from the middle. Balloons end up spreading out, which is great. Helps to clean up that much more. Queen's still working on the top side, doing some cleanup there. So we'll speed it up. It's just cleanup at this point. No defenses, no heroes left. Just watching this cleanup. So just some slight adjustments on these last 2 bases. The stronger troops do help, but the plan is really what did it. Probably could have taken that base just as easily with even with the weaker troops. Just the plan just needed to be done. Same thing with the base that Arv and Beaker attacked. You know, just having a little bit of refinement in the plan, knowing what's going to go on, and watching the scout just really helps. So just wanted to highlight that of, you know, how important it is to watch the replays, to scout the base, and then come in there, just tweak the plan just a little bit, especially if the plan was close. You know, instead of abandoning it and going to something completely different, just tweak the plan a little bit, find out what didn't work in the first one, tweak it just enough, and then bring in the second attack and clean up the base. All right, so that is going to wrap it up for this war. Really good war again, 29-19, so really good war for us. New war is about to start. A little bit of a tough one, kind of some matchup difficulties, but I think we should be all right. So that's going to wrap it up for today. And remember to keep the sand out, and we will see you next war.